Yes, it's me, Market Vendor here again today up on the road, boy. But let me tell you something. I see a little bassa brewing in Trinidad and Tobago because the acting director of meteorological services said that he disagreed with the Hurricane Center in Miami and the Barbados Met offices, and he said that Elsa was not a hurricane. All right. So apparently the Muslim Mr. Ezekiel Samuel, I tell you, when you ain't supposed to talk to the public no more, you stop talking. You talking too much. That apparently is what his ministry has told him. But Mr. Ezekiel Samuel apparently is not backing down. According to what I'm hearing on the newspaper and what I'm hearing on the radio, he said that he has been vindicated because he apparently measured things like the amount of rainfall, wind speed, and different things and so on to come to the conclusion that it really was not a hurricane. I could only tell Mr. Ezekiel Samuel, I, Market Vendor, lived through 6 of them. I know what a hurricane look like. I ain't gotten a degree in meteorological services or meteorology or anything so, but I know I got common sense and I know what wind speed is. It ain't like if somebody breaking wind, you understand where I'm coming from. That's a different matter. But look, let me tell you something, sir. You only have to come out Barbados, take a little trip, get on Caribbean Airlines and come up the road. And you will see the damage that was done by this hurricane, or you want to call it tropical storm, or if you just want to call it, some bad wind that passed through. Let me tell you something, Skipper. I look out through my window and I see the trees bending. I hear it whistling. Market know what a hurricane is. I lived through hurricane. I had one in Cuba. I had one in Bahamas. I had one in Belize. And I went through that big one 3 years ago in Miami. Hear what I'm telling you. So don't come and tell Market. I know. How many you ever lived through though? Because you don't get no hurricanes down in Trinidad and Tobago. So you only got theoretical knowledge, ain't it? Unless you to get sick on to one of the places that has got enough hurricanes. But what's the point though? What's the point you really trying to make? What are you trying to make, Mr. Samuel? What exactly is that you really trying to say? If it's not a tropical hurricane or cyclone, because these days I get a little confused between the interchangeability of these two terms. Stick to one, fellas. Either call it a cyclone or call it a hurricane. But you can't be calling it a hurricane 1 minute, next minute cyclone. You're confusing people. We ain't got the meteorological degrees to be able to, work out them things for yourself. You simple-minded people listening to the radio and watching the TV and reading the newspaper. So, if it was not a hurricane, sir, what was it? You would call it a tropical storm? A little blow? What would you call it? You understand where Market coming from? And what is the significance of it anyhow? If over 1,100 houses and more, and still counting, get damaged in Barbados, if roofs get blow off, if AC units and scaffolding get blown down, if buildings get blow off and so on and so forth, trees come down, people ain't got water, ain't got, electricity for days on end because of the interruption of service, because of the trees that fall in and so on. What would you call it, sir? And it would make you feel better to say that it was not a hurricane. And let me tell you something. Elsa came and she saw what she had to do and she did what she had to do. You could call it what you want to call it as long as me and my insurance company agree that it was a hurricane. You understand? A Market can get a little recompense for any damage to the little board and shingle house. I gone for now. You have a blessed and a wonderful day. You hear?